Hey everybody, welcome back to the Henry Disc Golf channel. Today we are out at BVR Park in Waukegan shooting another episode of Approach Wars. What Approach Wars is where I take a overstable approach disc and a neutral putter from each manufacturer and basically put them head to head here at BVR Park in Waukegan. Today we have dynamic discs.
Oh.
Good. Good.
Good putt.
Oh, got it through the small gap. That's beautiful. Drop, 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 drop. So here we are on hole one. Hole one is a 190-foot par 3. It is right out in front of us. Again, we have dynamic discs. We have the Warden and the Justice, or the Justice. Overstable approach disc, neutral throwing putter. Let's see how they do today. I'm going to go ahead and take the Justice and throw it sidearm. Nice die job by Patrick. Nice and overstable. And that is parked. All right, we're going to go ahead and also throw the Warden. Both of these are Glow Moonshine Warden and Justice. They're actually both from the Lincoln Park Open in 2017. One that he found at his local Play It Again, and this one that my brother Jesse got when he played the tournament. I had a Truth that I got at that tournament that I lost literally a couple of days after the tournament because I left it sitting on a hole out here without tagging it, putting my name and number on it. I left it sitting on a hole and went back to try to find it the next day, and it was gone. So, yeah, it happens. But here's the Warden on backhand. Nice and straight. That was a decent throw. So here's where the Justice swamped up. Should be a pretty routine tap in here. Why did that feel like junk? Welcome to hole number 2. Hole number 2 is a 305-foot par 3. It is straight ahead of us here. What I usually do is I go with the straight putter. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Warden here, but we're also going to throw the Justice on backhand as well. That's an okay throw. Definitely wish I got it a little bit wider. We're going to go Justice here. Oh, I yanked it over. That flew really good. So we made it up to the Warden. The Justice definitely got a little bit closer. But here's where we are. See if we can put this up by the basket and just card a par. That should work. Welcome to hole 3. Hole 3 is a 250-foot par 3. It is straight out in front of us. We just need to miss the tree in the middle. We're going to go ahead and go Justice. We're just going to try to hyzer this around the tree, see if we can put it right by the basket. Get up there. Wow, that came up way short. Justice doesn't go very far. We're going to go ahead and throw the Warden as well. Nice and smooth. Get through it. Nope, hit the tree in the middle, drop down. Here's where the Justice wants up. Still a bit short. Try to see if we can give this a good little bit at the basket here. That was a bid. That's an easy routine tap in. We're going to go ahead and move on to hole 4. Welcome to hole number 4. Hole number 4 is a 262-foot par 3. You have a couple different options, but I'm going to go sidearm with the Justice through the big gap, or the sidearm gap, or the ante gap. And then I will go backhand. I think I'm going to also turn it over and play the Anheuser gap, or the sidearm gap. But we're going to go Justice first here. It's not bad. It's right in the middle. All right, we're going to go with the Warden on a Anheuser. That's what I was afraid of. She gone. So here's where the Justice got up to on the sidearm. I'm actually going to go ahead and go with another little sidearm approach here. See if we can just put it right next to the basket. Wow. I snapped my wrist way too much on that. That was an oops by me. Let's see what the backhand would have done. Yep. All right. After the not so great upshot, we're here looking at a putt right at about 25, 30 feet. Gosh. Don't know why my putting is terrible, but it is. There's a bogey. They're trying to kind of play to the short basket, the white basket, and then pitch up to the blue basket or the long basket, which is the actual basket. Again, Justice here. Just trying to throw nice and smooth. See if we can get ourselves down the fairway. All right. Got it a bit too wide, but we'll have a throw from there. Made it to where the Justice wants up. I'm going to go ahead and go sidearm with the Justice here. Try to see if we can get it up by the basket. Get up there, come on. It's a bit short. Here's where the Justice got on that upshot. Definitely a bit further than what we want to be away, but we're going to go ahead and see. We're going to go ahead and give this a run. And a pretty decent roll away. Alrighty here. That is a 5, double bogey, +3 on the round. Not playing that great. Welcome to hole 6. It's a 246-foot par 3. It is straight ahead. We just want to throw something that works its way down through the trees. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Warden here. Try to see if we can get this down there for a look at a putt. That is a look at a putt. Good throw. I started off a bit earlier than what I wanted, but It's a good line. Here we are. There you go. First birdie of the round. Get us back to +2. Welcome to hole 7. Hole 7 is a 232-foot par 3. It is straight ahead. We just have some trees to miss. We do have a Mando on this tree right here to the left side of it. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Warden. Just try to put this pretty straight on a little bit of hyzer. See if we can get it up to the basket. Kind of how we threw the last hole, to be completely honest. Oh, it flipped up a little bit. Turned over. That was okay. And for fun, we'll go ahead and throw the Justice on sidearm through the left gap. Not bad. Since this did turn over and get pin high, we are kind of stuck in the junk here. So I'm going to try to see if we can figure out a way to punch something towards the basket. Yep, that'll do. So after punching something towards the basket, may or may not be in frame here. But right here, that is a par. Moving on to hole number 8. Welcome to hole number 8. Hole number 8 is a 262-foot par 3. It goes down to the gap and then hyzers off to the left. We're going to go ahead and go with the Justice here. Try to throw this flat and hard through the gap and then just have it hyzer. Oh, too wide. Double tap and drop. That sucked. This is where the drive went up. Unfortunately, still got quite a bit to go. We're going to go ahead and go Warden. Just try to throw down through the standard route here. A little bit of hyzer here. Drop. All right, that's putt. Come on, Jerry. It's kind of just the way the round's been going so far today. Welcome to hole number 9. Hole number 9 is a 218-foot par 3. It goes out and then just curves off to the right. I like throwing the backhand line with the neutral putter, but we are also going to throw the sidearm with the overstable approach disc, the Justice. Turn a little bit more. That just hyzered out. Sometimes it turns a bit too much, sometimes it doesn't turn at all. Sidearm with the Justice. It's not bad. It's in the middle. So the Warden got 2 here. The Justice is over there. The Justice definitely has a bit more of an open look at a putt, but these both have looks. I also think the Justice may just be a touch bit closer, but we're at the Warden. We're going to go with the Warden here. The Justice, yeah, the Justice was definitely a little bit closer. Got it with the Justice. Maybe just out of frame with the Warden here for the par. There it is. So, through 9 holes, I am +3 as I took a bogey on the last hole. Here we are on hole 10. Hole 10 is a 232-foot par 3. It goes out and then just curves over to the right a little bit. Far, we do have a path that does play OB if you throw it that far. And then there is a walking path on the right side of the fairway that does become OB as well. If you get it turned over too far or skip or some kind of weird roll or something, it does come into play, but really shouldn't come into play. I'm going to go ahead and go Warden, backhand, try to see if we can get it close to the basket. Come on, get up there. All right, just in front of that tree, that is a look at a putt. So it didn't get as in front of the tree as I was hoping for, but still not too bad. Hopefully we can card a birdie here. Here we are, tapping par. There it is. Hey everybody, welcome to hole 11. Hole 11 is 303 feet. It is down through the woods here, basically kind of a straight shot that just tails off a little bit to the right. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Warden, try to throw this on the ante line. Let's see if we can get down there. Miss it. All right, that'll be an upshot into the basket. All right, so I got caught up back here in the woods. Definitely don't really care for where I am, but we're going to try to throw a little sidearm ante shot here with the Justice. Try to see if we can get over by the basket. That works. That's a putt. There's a putt. Here we are on hole 12. Hole 12 is a 213. Yes, 213-foot par 3. It is right in front of us here. Just have to make our way down through the woods here. We're going to go Warden. Just throw this nice and smooth, a little bit of hyzer. See if we can get it right next to the basket. A little wide. It's on hyzer. Get through. Sit down. All right. A little deep and a little left of the basket, but not a bad shot. A little deep and a little left, like I said. We have a look at a putt. Oh, just off of it. Quick little tap in. There you go. Welcome to hole 13. Hole 13 is a 262-foot par 3. We're going to go with the Warden. We had this swarm of fruit flies all of a sudden. They're always usually by this tee pad. But they got really bad there for a second while I was sitting there. Oh, yanked it. Yeah, go figure. I thought I was throwing the Justice. Jesus. All right, so made it to the drive here. I think I'm going to go patent pending shot to get myself a little bit away from the trees. Still going Warden. Try to see if we can put it up by the basket here. It's up there. Here's where the upshot got. That was so bad out of my hand, it just fell. Jesus, Jerry. That's another 4. That's +4 on the round. It's just been one of those types of rounds, though. Welcome to hole 14. Hole 14 is a 245-foot par 3. Gonna go ahead and go with the Justice here. Try to flex it through the big gap have it hyzer back towards the basket. Oh, I got it to the small gap. Why do I do that? I don't know. Why do I do that? Made it to my drive. I really don't have much of anything. No. We're gonna do something stupid. You probably won't see most of this. We're gonna do like a sky sidearm Annie shot. Oh my goodness, I almost put it in. Pretty sweet upshot to get myself into a position to get a par. Move on to hole 15. Welcome to hole 15. Hole 15 is a 278 foot par 3. It is straight out there, like most of the holes out here. We're just going to try to hyzer around the trees that are in the middle of the fairway. We're going to go just east. Just east. See if we can get her up there. Should be a look at a putt. Probably roughly about 30 feet. Probably just outside a circle here. Welcome to hole 16, 245 foot, par 3. It's right in front of us. We have OB with the rock path that goes around the basket. Gonna go ahead and go with the Justice here. See if we can put her up there. Yeah, put her up there on the back side of the hill. We'll see where that went up. I could have swore that hit like right there, and it rolled OB. So, I'm pretty sure mine hit like mid-hill, caught edge, and rolled OB. The Justice did. So, we're going to take our relief here. And then we're going to try to see if we can put this one in to save the par. If not, it'll be another bogey. Hey, there we go. Save the par. Welcome to hole 17, 252 feet. It is straight out in front of us here. Not really much on this hole to worry about other than the OB path that's past the basket. I've only thrown OB long on this one a couple of times when I threw something that I shouldn't have been throwing on this hole. With the way the wind is and everything, you know what? We're going to go Justice here. Give it one last. Actually, it's a headwind on the next hole. It'll be Justice too. We're going to try to see if we can flex this over just a little bit. See if we can get it by the basket. Bit short, but it's a look at a putt. Made it up to my drive. We have a left to right wind right now. See if we can try to put this puppy in the basket here. Nope. Drop down with that wind. Tap in par. Move on to our final hole, number 18. Well, we made it to 18. 18 is a 318 foot par 3. It is slightly downhill, low ceiling right off the bat. We're going to go ahead and go with the Justice here, try to crank it over a little bit, and then have this puppy hyzer back towards the end of its flight. It is stable. Well, overstable. It's overstable. So this is where the Justice made it to. Still quite a bit short, but should be pretty routine up and down. Got the Warden in hand. See if we can put it right by the basket. I would say check mark on completing task at hand, getting disc to basket. Should be a routine tap in. There it is. All right, guys, so we finished up this episode of Approach Wars, which is with dynamic discs. The Justice and the Warden, they flew pretty decent today. The Warden was definitely a bit up and down in terms of like what I remember it flying like. And then the Justice I've never thrown before, but I threw it pretty decent, so definitely not going to complain about it. It was just kind of a crappy round in terms of just the rounds today. A +4. It was a bit rough, but it was fun. It was good to get out. There's a couple more Approach Wars that are going to be coming your way, especially once this weather gets a little bit warmer than what it is right now. We have Innova for sure. We have Axiom for sure. I feel like we have one more brand, but it may only be those two left. We'll find out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I cannot say that enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know if there's anything you'd like to see. And if you'd like to support the channel, please look in the description below for Upper Park Disc Golf. With that being said, have a great day. Make it good for somebody else. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.